Hello students, I hope all of you are fit and fine and doing well at your homes. So students, today we are going to perform an experiment, that is to prepare a stained temporary mound of onion peel and study its cells. But before moving on with this practical, first of all, I just want to tell you a brief theory which is related to this practical. So students, all living organisms are made up of cells. A cell is a basic structural and functional unit of life. So basically students, cells are divided into prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells respectively. In case of prokaryotic cell, a well-defined nucleus and cell organelles, maximum cell organelles are absent. But in case of eukaryotic cell, a well-defined nucleus is also present and different cell organelles are also present. Now eukaryotic cells are further divided into plant cells and animal cells. Now all the eukaryotic cells, whether they are plant cells or whether they are animal cells, all of them, they basically have three basic things. They are, all eukaryotic cells, they are having an outer membrane which is known as a cell membrane or plasma membrane. All eukaryotic cells have cytoplasm. All eukaryotic cells also have well-defined nucleus. And no doubt inside the cytoplasm different cell organelles are there. But when we specifically talk about plant cells, then in case of plant cells, outside the plasma membrane or cell membrane, there is one more covering present, and that covering is known as cell wall. Now apart from the cell wall, some other things like a big central vacuole that is also present, chloroplasts that are also present. So there are some distinctive, you can say, features or organelles which are present specifically only and only in plant cells. Okay, now as our practical is to prepare a stained temporary mound of onion peel. So basically students, this onion peel is made up of plant cells only. This onion peel is basically made up of plant cells only. So this we are going to prepare and we are going to study. Okay, now the materials required for this are an onion bulb, a glass slide, cover slip, watch glasses, needle, brush, a pair of forceps. Then we require blotting paper. Now these blotting paper, they are also known as filter paper, saffron in solution, glycerine, water and a compound microscope. So let's start. So yes students, now let us see all the materials which are required for this practical. Let us see them one by one. So students, this is an onion bulb which you can see over here, which we require mainly for this practical. These are glass slides. Now these are cover slips. Now these cover slips are used after making that peel. So we have to cover that peel with this cover slip. Now students, this is a needle. This is a brush, a camel brush. Now this is a pair of forceps. Now this forceps is also being used. Now these are blotting papers. Now these blotting papers, they are also known as filter papers. So these blotting papers are used. Now this is a saffron in solution which you can see over here. Now this is somewhat dark pinkish in color. Now this is glycerine. Now this glycerine is basically used for mounting. Now students, this is water. Now this water is in watch glass. Now basically what are watch glasses? You can see over here, these are watch glasses, and these watch glasses are used for, they can be used for putting water, they can be used for putting different types of solutions, right? So these are watch glasses. And yes, students, this is a compound microscope. After preparing the slide, we observe that slide under this compound microscope only. So this is a compound microscope. So I hope all the materials which are required for this practical are clear to you. So let's start. So students, first of all, you have to take one onion bulb. Now this is an onion bulb. Now with the help of knife, you have to cut this onion bulb into small pieces. Now I have already done it over here. Now after this, you have to take one fleshy leaf of this onion bulb. Now this is one fleshy leaf of this onion bulb, and with the help of forceps, you have to take out one thin layer from the inner surface of this, you can say this leaf of this onion bulb, like this with the help of forceps. I hope you can see over here. After this, you have to transfer this peel. Now this peel, students, this peel, it is known as epidermal peel. Now you have to transfer this epidermal peel like this. Yes, yeah, this one. Now students, you have to transfer this epidermal peel into a watch glass containing water like this. Now dip it in water. Now you can see over here this peel is a very lengthy. Now with the help of, you can say, needle or with the help of forceps, you have to divide this peel into very small pieces. Now students, for this purpose we can also use you can say blade, razor blade, but just to be on safe side, we can use needle or we can use forceps also, right? Okay, now take this camel brush, and with the help of this camel brush, you have to transfer a very small part of this peel into this watch glass containing safranin solution. Now take this small peel. Now transfer this peel with the help of camel brush into this safranin solution. And you have to keep this peel in this safranin solution for near about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, now for that time being, students, I just want to tell you that what is this safranin solution. Now basically this safranin solution is prepared by putting 1 or 2 drops of safranin in a small amount of water. Now basically why do we use this? So students, this safranin solution is used for staining. Now thing is that why should we stain the cells? So basically we stain the cells so that these cells, they become easily visible under the microscope. Ideally the thing is that the type of microscopes that we use, they are compound microscopes and they are having very less magnification power. So because of that we stain the cells, basically the plant cells or even the animal cells. And for staining, safranin solution is used. Apart from safranin solution, methylene blue is also used for staining. So these are used for staining purpose. Okay. So students, after about 2 to 3 minutes, you have to take this peel out from this safranin solution with the help of this camel brush like this. And you have to dip this peel again in watch glass containing water. Now why we have to do this? So that students, in case any extra stain is there, then that extra stain can be removed. So you have to dip it in water. So students, till the time the peel is again in water, take one clean glass slide, this one, and then put a drop of glycerine like this in the center of this glass slide. Just a drop of water, just a drop of glycerine in the center. Okay, now with the help of brush, take this peel out from water and gently put this peel onto this drop of glycerine. Students, take care of this thing that if this peel is folded, then with the help of this brush, you can unfold this peel again. Okay, now next thing what you have to do is take this cover slip and then with the help of forceps or with the help of needle, you have to gently put this cover slip onto this peel like this. And while putting the cover slip, you have to take care of this thing that no air bubble should get inside it like this and gently tap it. Okay, now after this, whatever extra glycerine will be there, that extra glycerine will come out. Then with the help of filter paper or blotting paper, you remove this extra glycerine like this. Now after removing this extra glycerine, why we remove the extra glycerine? So as to give a neat and clean look. Now after removing this extra glycerine, now you place this slide under the microscope, and then first of all you have to, I have already prepared one more slide, so you have to place this slide under the microscope like this, and then first you observe the slide in low power, and then you observe this slide under high power, right? So students, under the microscope, you would see the cells somewhat like this. Now those cells would be rectangular in shape, compactly arranged, and in each and every cell, you could easily make out cell wall also and a prominent nucleus also. You can see over here, this is a single cell, nucleus, cell membrane and cell wall. So exactly you can see the cells like this under the microscope in that onion peel. Okay, now while performing this experiment, students, you have to take care of certain precautions also. Now what are those precautions? Now those precautions are, first of all, students, staining should be appropriate. Means whenever we are staining, we are using different types of stains, like here we have used saffron in solution. Then the staining should be appropriate. Then second thing is that use brush to transfer the peel. Now whenever we are transferring the peel from water to saffron in solution and again from saffron in solution back to water, then for transferring the peel, better if we use brush. Now third thing is that avoid air bubbles. So students, whenever we keep the cover slip, at that time we have to be very careful so that no air bubble should get inside it. And peel should not be folded. And we have to take care of this thing, that peel should not be folded, and even if it is folded, then gently with the help of a brush we can unfold that. So students, these are some of the precautions you have to take care of. So I hope today's experiment is very much clear to you. So thank you, have a nice day, and God bless you.